Now, the flooding in KZN has left many communities without water and electricity. Some residents in Verulam say they are yet to receive any water tankers. Stage 2 power cuts have been implemented nationwide, which are in force until Wednesday. So how will this affect the province? What's going on the ground at this hour? Let's find out from reporter Nqobile Madlala, who's joining us now from the Durban area in eThekwini. Nqobile, what's happening where you are? What's the situation like?
Well, Bredan, where we are is in Springfield in Durban, and as you can see, Bredan, I've got my umbrella out again and my jacket, and basically it started raining again, which is quite sad because, I mean, we've seen some of the community members being affected by this rain, and this is where we found Zandile Gumede, who was also going to visit those families, and of course they're still reeling from losing some of their family members, but now they still have to also worry about being displaced as well as this rain. But of course, I want to bring in Zandile Gumede to just sort of give us a brief of what she saw. Mama, you were there with the families. What have they said to you? What have you monitored?
Situation is very bad. We are here in Ward 25 in Councillor Nqobile's ward. Right now, I'm coming from Foreman. 2 members of one of the families, 2 bodies have not yet been found. And our police guys and our divers are busy searching. And we also visited one family where 2 members of the family also who are kids also passed on. Their funeral is tomorrow, is on Thursday, but the family is moving to Matatiele tomorrow. And the situation here is very bad. As you can see, that in fact, this rain is going to be 100% again. And what is good, the committee members are on board, assisting one another. And in Foreman, committee members are assisting those members who are stranded, who does not have space to sleep, because some of the members have already taken to the committee halls and in one of the churches. But as the rain is going on, now we are having more members who are going to be stranded. That's why we are here to check and balance the situation as to how are we going to assist them, because they need food, they need blankets, they need mattresses, they need clothes, because everything is wet. Situation in Foreman in other areas is very, very bad.
And let's talk about that assistance that you speak of. What exactly have you done for them, and how are you choosing where to go to? Because we were with some communities like KwaZulu-Natal and Verulam, and they're saying they're not seeing any officials on the ground.
You must understand the language of the community. They can say so. It's not about Zandile only as the Member of Parliament. And what is happening, there are so many teams. Even the President of the country was here. And we are trying to reach as many communities as we can. That's why we are encouraging communities to be in the committee hall, so that if assistance comes, it's going to be easier for the NGOs, for the government, for church leaders and everyone who's coming with assistance. And we are trying our level best. And what is good, even the members of the communities that are on board, they are assisting their neighbors. We are really appreciating what is happening within the communities. But those who are saying no one has come, it's simple. It's because they have not raised their hand and say, here we are, we want assistance. Where, like here in Foreman, I'm here raining because Comrade Matleku phoned me and said, members have been coming, teams have been coming, but Mam Zandile, if anyone can come, because as of now, we are still begging to find these 2 bodies. In fact, ministers have been here, MECs have been here, leaders have been here. I don't think it's correct to say that no one has come, but we are trying our level best.
And Mama, of course, at some point you will have to sit with some members and give them a brief. What would you say to them based on what you've seen on the ground?
Let me appreciate our team of engineers from eThekwini and other areas of South Africa who has come on board to assist the situation, because as of now we are worried about the houses that are built in the floodplains or next to the rivers, because as it's raining right now, something bad can happen if these engineers are not assisting us to tell the communities to vacate those areas, so for them to be safe. Yesterday and day before yesterday, I was with Councillor PG Mavundla and the Mayor of eThekwini, trying to explain to the communities how dangerous and how bad it is if they continuously stay in these areas, because we don't know what is happening. The best way is just to vacate. You know, your clothes or your belongings are not important as human beings. So it is important that humans must try and run and go to the safer places. All those things we can see next time. How can we recover?
And Mama, just an update in terms of your situation. I mean, we understand you've been newly elected as a chairperson, and also as well as there are talks around the stepping aside. I mean, perhaps give us just an update as to where do you stand and in what capacity are you here as?
I'm here as a member of KwaZulu-Natal legislature, and also I'm here as a volunteer of the African National Congress. Nothing stops me to do so. On the issue of step aside, it's simple. You get elected and you step aside, you advise where you are and things go on. There's no problem about that.
All right, Mama. So does that mean that you are, what does that mean then?
It means I'm being elected. I'm the chairperson of a eThekwini region, but because the leadership has said I must step aside, I'm honoring that. I can't work against the word of the leadership. But as you can see me, I'm continuously working as a member of legislature and also as a volunteer of the movement.
All right. Thank you very much, Mama. Zandile Gumede speaking to us in the raining KZN. Bredan, you can just see it started raining again. I want to show you what's happening on the ground. That's just the water that's on the road right now. It's raining hard, and I mean there is that worry in terms of the families that are being assisted currently, what will happen to them. Most of them are obviously trying to be in safer places, but it's not everywhere that is currently safe. You can hear there from the provincial chairperson speaking to us, saying that there are issues that they're worried about, and even though she's here as a member of parliament, she's very concerned in terms of safety, especially those houses that could at this point not be safe to live in. But we're hearing from her, of course, saying that she's here in the capacity of being a member of parliament and also to assist with those food parcels to the families that may need it at this point.
Yes, thank you very much, Nqobile Madlala, and of course for asking her that question whether she's stepping aside. She says she's listening to the leaders of the ANC after being elected as a chairperson in that region of eThekwini for the ANC last week. Now she's saying she's going to honor that and step aside. She's visiting these communities as a member of the provincial legislature. Of course, she is a member of the KwaZulu-Natal provincial legislature. Thank you very much, Nqobile Madlala. That rain is not going to help, because the more it gets wet, that means slower the progress is for rescue, search and rescue operations.